With Conor Mania back in full swing, I find myself wondering, how many fights does McGregor have left? Since 2020 began, McGregor has consistently talked about getting a run in at lightweight similar to how he did at featherweight. But what's likely to happen with the legendary Irishman? Conor has been at the top of the MMA world now for about 6 years, yet his camp claim he's just moving into his physical prime now. If this is true, we could see Conor fight into his late 30s, and this is down to several factors. Firstly, Conor has been a relatively inactive fighter since his walk through the featherweight division in the mid-2010s. In fact, since 2016, we've only seen Conor fight twice, which is 3 times less than anyone from the lightweight top 10. To add to this, Conor is a very technical striker, which means we've seen him take very little damage throughout his fighting career. I'd go as far to say that I've only seen him in one real war against Nate Diaz in their second encounter. Don't get me wrong, he really struggled against Khabib, but that was more a exhaust him, choke him out, opposed to a heavy beating. Back in 2016, after Conor beat Eddie Alvarez for the lightweight strap, his head coach John Kavanagh came to him and said, "We've achieved everything we want to achieve, time to hang up the gloves." And he had a great point. Conor had achieved everything he could in the sport. His family was financially secure for life. He didn't need a fight anymore. Following the money fight, Conor exploded his fame and worth in the sporting world. If Conor was to hang up the gloves there, he would have gone down as one of the all-time greats. Yet, after coming back to defend his lightweight strap, it seems that Conor had this spark back in his step again, ready to compete. So, if Conor says he wants to fight, surely this means we're going to see a lot more Conor over the next few years. As much as I would love this to be true, I just can't see it. The best predictor of future behavior is past behavior, and Conor doesn't fill me with confidence. One of the biggest factors that will hold McGregor back is his icon status. Conor is only ever going to be a pay-per-view fighter, and with 11 champions in the UFC and roughly 14 pay-per-views a year, there just isn't space for Conor to be competing regularly. On top of this, talks with Pacquiao are continuing to heat up, and it's very possible we could see Conor step into the ring and fight Pacquiao, taking a second hiatus from the sport. Either way, Conor's career is at a crossroad, and it's really up to him and the UFC on where he goes from here. If I was to make a prediction, which I have to admit is nothing more than an educated guess, this is how I see it going. A win over Poirier this weekend will put Conor in that title talk again, and I think the UFC will put him on ice until they can make him compete for the strap. Following a title fight, I wouldn't be surprised to see him fight Pacquiao in his second ludicrous boxing endeavor. Following this, I think Conor's going to be near the end of his road in the fight game. Conor's constant talk about that trilogy match with Nate Diaz makes me think that maybe after a boxing endeavor, we could see that fight go down. Following this, I think Conor's going to want that rematch with Khabib, and if he doesn't get that fight, I think that could be the end of the road. What do you think? Is Conor really going to be active in the octagon again like we used to see? Will he rematch Khabib? Let me know what you think down below. Thanks for watching.
That was a dog fight. You had to dig deep. Give us your thoughts.
Surprise, surprise, motherfucker! The king is back!